would be, what we try to learn in this course is not to put any stress on us, to stay within our limits. And especially when you are highly sensitive, you notice so much that you feel so easily responsible. Yeah. And you also feel such a lot inside of yourself, against which you also feel responsible. And so now in this course, when we offer such a lot of material to you, I just spotlight myself, the first task is, don't allow yourself to be don't put yourself in a situation that you feel it's overwhelming. Just know that it's an offer, and as a highly sensitive person, and now I speak from experience, not of myself, but from my work with people, you're so often surprised how little can do so much. Normally you give this exercise and that exercise and that exercise. And then when you work with a highly sensitive person, you do something and then this person says, oh, that's enough. That's such a lot, I can work with it. And you have the feeling, I just didn't show very much, and it's a whole cosmos. And that's really the lesson we are allowed to learn, that when we now, not this week, we start next week, say, you could do this, you could do that, and look there. You choose from what feels right for you. And also never have a bad conscience when you say, oh, this week I didn't work or practice that much, I could have done more. Then you can notice you are, and we have formed small groups, 2, 3, 4 participants and 2 group leaders are just caring for the mood, for the process. That maybe if you didn't do so much, you feel, oh, I'm still developing, what's going on? And suddenly you realize my group is working and I'm developing. And allow not to feel guilty now, but to be amazed what is possible. This is possible. Yes, it is. Yeah? We just should, not all of us then say, okay, then if the others work, I don't. But just, that's the connection. So never, always, it's always right what you do, and just notice what's happening. And the only invitation I would like to ask you is that you try to pursue these 8 steps we go through, the 10 weeks we use for this, because it's not just I learn an exercise, and with this exercise I can protect myself, with this exercise I can control my emotions, but it's a set where things play into each other. I will say a little bit more about it, but it makes sense just to go through this, along this flow, to enjoy it for a certain time period and experience one step after the other in such a way which is just enjoyable, which is just right for you, your style. That's the main hello I wanted to give to you, show you a little bit around in the material we offer and how easy it is to find everything. And then I explain a little bit about the idea, the system of the course, not much. And then we have another 15, 20 minutes time to touch a little bit the eurythmy together. And I told you already, the first practice is not feeling overwhelmed. And when you go to the website Eurythmy4you, you can choose your language, you can choose English, you can choose Ukrainian. And what I show now for English is the same in Ukrainian also. When you go to the main page of the language, yeah, you still find the HSP courses. When you look to upcoming, you find the course. When you go to freedom, you find high sensitivity. All these links lead you to this page of our course, the page where most of you have registered. Yeah. And there, when you scroll a little bit down, then you see here's a button, Learning Materials. That's what we call the course. Yeah. And when you click there, then this course HSP1 will open. And then you will see that you have an introduction, and then from week to week, you have new themes we will try to touch. And these themes you know from your daily life, but they have also connection to certain levels in us. That's why they are ordered like this. One possible way of how to order them. And in the introduction, if you go and look what we do in week 1, and then when you open the course, you will not see all these things because this could overwhelm you. You will only see, not now, but from next week, the content of week 1. At the moment when you open it, only the 4-element body scan will be visible, which you can use for your own purpose if you want to. And then from week to week, the new material opens, yeah? And then it's less frightening what you see in its amount. Because what is in such a week is, it's a little bit the theme of the week, which I also will explain when we meet. So you can just deepen a little bit what I said. And there's a practical exercise. And then the rest is already about the eurythmy. And I've already told you the difference between streaming and raying. And that's why for each level of high sensitivity, I introduce what we in eurythmy call a consonant, a certain movement which has to do with my body experience. And we also have little exercises with what we call the vowels, with the forces raying from the heart, the radiating forces. And it looks a lot, but actually it's meant to be very simple because there's one video of 15 minutes. It's called Eurythmy in Action. Yeah. And these are about 5 exercises. Yeah. You can do one after the other. But as a highly sensitive person, maybe that's much too much. And that's why we took these exercises and made small videos of 2 minutes of it. Yeah. 2 minutes and 26 seconds, 1 minute, 39. And maybe to just do one exercise a day. Yeah. And keep yourself busy with. Or you say, this exercise is exactly what I like. I only do this during the week. Yeah. So what looks a lot is actually meant to be little. And the team is meant to help you decide to find your style, how to work. Yeah. And that's how you find the material from week to week. When you are in need to find the login to the meeting and you don't have access to the emails, then you just go to Introduction. And when you, in Introduction, open the link, Zoom link, then you will find the link also here. And you don't need to find your email. Yeah. So everything what is there is meant to support you in an easy way, yeah, easy to find and nicely collected. And when we now look at this collection, what's behind this collection, and how does this structure come about, then you can say, in a way, it's the Eightfold Path, which has developed 2,500 years ago, yeah, by Buddha to his pupils, and which is still practiced in the East and in the West, yeah, as a spiritual path, yeah. And why did it not lose its meaning for 2,500 years? This is because it's very simple, but it touches essential layers of our being. It's not just do not do this, do not do that, and do this and do that. It touches certain layers. And also Rudolf Steiner has discovered this and picked it up and deepened it with his own way of putting it into words. So actually he just rephrased, yeah, the words a little bit, that you can meditate it deeper from level to level. And he also added, say, do this, these are 7 steps, and then the 8th around it, do it during the 7 days of the week. Yeah. And do this, and as in every day of the week, you have also a different energy. Yeah, Saturday is the Saturn energy, Sunday the Sun energy, Monday the Moon energy, and so on. You suddenly discover, oh, it's a step through your body in a way. It's not just moral things, teaching, it's walking through your body. And for high sensitivity, to make our body a vessel for what we perceive through our high sensitivity, and to bring it together with the space which comes about from within through our high sensitivity, to bring this together, it makes a lot of sense to go through these steps. Yeah. So you have in a way what's coming from without, with richness, the richness of the word, which can be overwhelming, and you have the richness from within, which also can be challenging, but it's richness. And when you bring those two together, yeah, it can form a bowl in which a lot can happen, yeah, in which the sun can just ray and shine. And then the specific thing is, when you now say, yes, I want to practice this, I need more shelter there, I need more, I must be more able to say no, all these important things, then it's not only one level you have to develop. In a way, many things have to play into each other in yourself, that you really can do it authentically, and not only because you have learned to say, to do this or that. And this is that when you have these different layers, you can try to address them specifically. Yeah, okay, now I speak with you, now I speak with you, now you are meant. And when this layer notice, it's about me, he perceives me, it doesn't just let me work, it's seen what I'm doing for him or her, then these forces unfold. And then they can start playing together. Yeah. And that's, yeah, in a way, without, we do not have to put things together, we just bring life into these different layers, and then they merge and create the energy and joy in our lives. As a high sensitive person. And now I would like to invite you that we touch a little bit what is Eurythmy meant to add to it. And the first thing is, you know, when you're highly sensitive, you easily get under stress. You feel responsible. You feel overwhelmed. You feel, yeah, hurt what you see, and so on. And our muscle system also is a system which only can work normally with tension. A muscle can only contract. It cannot push something forward. Yeah, normally. So when you use a finger, you can try it out. Oh, a hand, yeah. I showed you the finger, then it's easier to see. And then you contract your muscles to make it stiff, yeah. It becomes thinner and also a little bit shorter, yeah. Just contract it. So like this. That's what muscles can do. But if you have experience with knitting, then you know if you have a wool and it becomes very dense and knotted, and the more you pull, the less you get a chance to really open it again. But people who are experienced, they start to make it loose. You just pull from all sides a little bit and then there, so you are pulling, but your pulling makes it more loose. That's what you practice. And then you can start to get the thread, yeah, unraveled, or whatever you say. And this is now the difference between tension, which contracts, and oi tension, you tension, yeah, from eurythmy, the you, which creates this loosening, because it's just working from all sides. And then you have your finger, and then you try to go into your finger, that actually it becomes wider and longer. And it's also only the muscles who do it, but they work together in such a way that you have the feeling it's even becoming longer, or your hand contracting, or with oi tension growing. And when this happens, that you have the growth here, it just happened to me, did you notice? Didn't do it intentionally. My breath also starts to react. This energy, this oi tension I create in a part of my body suddenly affects everything. And I invite you to join, and yeah, if you want, and to work with movement and tension in such a way that it creates growth and joy. That's one of the ideas behind eurythmy. Yeah. And one of our basic exercises is that I often say, just bring your hands together in front of you, as if there would be, you have a little bowl there. And then you pour a little bit of time into it, that you have time. And I say, take a little bit of time. Yeah? And then I move it towards my chest to arrive at yourself. And then don't necessarily touch the chest, but use the senses of your hand to feel into your body, yeah, to sense into your body, to feel into your chest, to your shoulder blades. And maybe your inner reacts to this, rejoices to be seen. And then allow this joy to flow over and let it stream down along your body. And at the same time, maybe the streaming down does not pull you down, but even makes you more upright. And then maybe even the breath reacts. Let's try it one more time. Take a little bit of time to arrive at yourself. Let your inner react. And let it flow over and down along your body. And when you still feel yourself, it might make you up. And when you let go, even let your breath express joy and gratitude. Okay. Make a little step just to relax. So, and then with eurythmy, we just create streams. Yeah? So you can just use your hands, go down and say, okay, create a streaming upwards. And then turn your hands and slowly create the streaming downwards. The hand invite what is there to stream up and down. And let go. Make a little step. And when you notice this, okay, I create a stream, but maybe you notice I stream up. But if I do not lose myself, I also feel my body. Suddenly I notice I feel my feet so well. And when you stream down, and still feel yourself a little bit. I feel so tall. Wow. So it only needs that you do not lose yourself, that the healing countercurrents come about. Yeah. And the breath also reacts to it. So when you stream up, allow your breath to go with it. But then feel, oh no, I want to breathe out. And then breathe out. Oh, breathing in feels so nice. Just go with what you feel. Yes, I want to breathe out. But now I want to breathe in. Ah, so nice. And now I'm again with my hands. I feel. Yeah. So let your breath react, go with it, but in a free way. Yeah. The way it wants to unfold and support it in unfolding. Yeah. That's a basic principle. Yeah. Just by noticing, staying with yourself, counter currents, the balancing principle happens by itself. Your body and your breath are grateful for this. That's maybe a leading theme for our coming mix. Something else is that we try not to work too hard. Things should happen by itself. Yeah. And you can, as a simple practice, it just with your arms. You stand, you turn the hands a little bit the way that the back of your hands looks backwards into the space behind. That helps a little bit. And then try just to feel your arms, feel your body. How can I make them light? How can I create an impression that they rise by themselves? More or less weightless. Wow. So nice. And then let them sink again. Wow, they don't weigh much. It feels so good. They find their own speed, carriedness. And again, breathe. And now it's important that you do not feel, I don't manage and I have to just enjoy how it is, yeah, and find out how can I do it that it feels easy. So have your arms, and maybe I have to feel my belly or pull my bottom a little bit closer or feel the back. And if they get stuck, maybe I just push a little bit and suddenly they start moving light again. So nice. And again, open up and search for, how do I have to look around in myself? It feels light and carried, as if it would happen by itself. That's already a principle, that so much wisdom is in the body. The body knows much better how to move in a light way, as I please go up and please go down, and to find, how can I make it unfold? What's already there? Yeah? It's just a little step, and then, oh, I didn't know what all lives in me. And when you just don't have to practice these exercises, what I sometimes do when I'm in a station, yeah, I walk along the platform to my work or so, I just go and I play with it. Oh, I create this streaming down and up, yeah, and I just feel, wow, here it is, yeah, yeah. Or enjoy, I just walk and on my bicycle, I did it today. I was just, it's so nice going up the arms and wow, so light as they go down, yeah. So many opportunities to play with it. Let things happen. Another principle is that the difference between the radiating forces and the streaming forces in this. So radiation somehow origins from the heart, archetypally. Yeah. So when you bring your hands in front of your heart and you make your heart ray, this can bring your arms along. Say, wow, look, I stand in front of the world, I rejoice, and all cells of my body express this radiation. Yeah, and I can let stream it through my fingers, which then creates this tension. But it comes from my heart. If you just create movement with your body, yeah, just make such a circle in front, yeah, like a wave, and then come back again. That's somehow energies which flow, yeah, which take you along, yeah. Or when you do more S curves, yeah, they can pull me along and bring me back, and they can throw me, yeah, somewhere and pull me or whatever, yeah. These are forces we call the consonants, the stream forces, and the vowels, the radiation forces. And when we do the same exercise one more time, that we just let the wings rise, weightlessly, silently, that's streaming. Someone is doing it for me, carrying my arms. Thank you. Yeah? Your body wisdom. And then you can change when your hands are there, to change to a radiating quality, and maybe try to radiate through the lower arms and hands, as if rays through your fingers would meet above and create a star, light, or make a star bright. Well, now I'm radiating. The source is my heart, but it happens everywhere. And then let your hands come down again. Hang down, being carried down. So nice, streaming, flowing. And then keep your upper arms a little bit out. And then radiate towards a star underneath you, like in the water when you stand on a bridge. Yeah? And when you make it visible by radiating to it, maybe even the star above you, yeah, rejoices again and starts radiating too. And let go. And that's why in our course we work with consonant forces, because what's coming from there would overwhelm me, and the radiating forces, the forces of joy and here I am, yeah, somehow working towards it, creating shelter and the feeling of being sheltered. You just discover a little bit, when am I radiating, when I'm going with the stream, with the flow. Yeah. And just noticing these things can change a lot. So eurythmy is working through perception. I'm not doing these things, I perceive the movement, and then it happens. Yeah. And that's where high sensitivity comes in. You're so perceptive, and perception can make things happen. Yeah. It's not something to be learned. It's just to be discovered. We have it. And the last example, which then I just show you the basic principles, because then we have touched everything. And then what we do through the weeks is just playing with the elements I've just shown you. And we have a left and right. And we did not so much work with it now, but we have a behind, yeah, and in front, and above, and then below. I look very different below than I look above. Huh? And these are two different systems. So when you are, just put your hands left and right of your legs, and then just create a little bit of oi tension, U tension in your hands. And then invite the energy of this system, of around your legs to move forward. Just push a little bit forward and say, look, you like going forward. I knew. And then just let go and allow your arms to rise so light. And when you now feel that my arms want to be moved forward, or are they pulled backwards? Both is possible. Archetypally, you can feel, they invite me to walk backwards. I feel led backwards. And then just let your arm sink. It doesn't weigh. And just when you dive, you submerge into what's down there, and you feel a bit below, and you push a little bit. Oh, it's so nice to walk forward. And you let go. And suddenly you feel, oh, I'm carried. Something is bringing me home again from where I come from. And let go. You feel below, and you just enjoy inviting yourself to walk forward. Let go. And you brought backwards. And then just let go and stop. And your body can read your thoughts and know, yes, now we stopped. And maybe you have noticed it was a letting go, letting go, letting go. Yeah. When I have do the last time when I have my hands down here, the legs feel invited. I let them go. I stop. I let my arms. I let go, and they are so happy to rise. I just feel something is pulling me back, and I let go. I allow it to pull me back. And again, I let go, receive, and by letting go, grow. Yeah, another principle of Eurythmy, don't do anything yourself. Things happen, yeah, by feeling, by touching them, by connecting. Yeah. And last thing, move slowly to where you sit, and just slow movement allows the energy to come along. And then sit down and listen for a minute to the resonance. How does it do? And how does it do is a sort of meaningful question in our case, because you could also ask yourself, soul-wise, how do I feel now? Yeah, what lives in me? And with this question, you go into your soul. Am I tired? Am I happy? Did I like it? Feel I rejoiced? Yeah. And now, how does it do? We ask more or less the same questions to the body. How does it do? And then be quiet and just observe a little bit. And it doesn't need big discoveries. Maybe you don't notice hardly anything, but your body feels, you look its direction, feels your interest. And then, for example, you ask yourself, do I have the feeling my chest is at the moment, do I feel a round shape or more a box or a pyramid? Do I feel my upper body and the lower body as two different entities, or are they one? And both is right. The question is only what comes to your, which impression comes first? Or feel into your feet and then ask yourself which one is flatter and which one is rounder and fuller, for example. Because the same thing doesn't exist twice. There is a difference. Do I have a short neck or long neck? Things like this. What kind of colors do I experience? Warmth. Not physical warmth, the feeling, the impression of warmth. How does it fluctuate through my body? These kinds of questions. are very, very nice for your body. And now the task is not to practice anything. I just showed you the world, yeah? We dive in and it won't become more, it will become less, yeah? It will stay playful and yeah, and we have different things to just feel the right column, feel the left column, yeah? Or create a meaningful gesture where we practice radiating in different ways and so on. And then you have the week to pick something out, yeah? Maybe not do everything. And that's the meditation. And this we will accompany with practical exercises. In the first week, we have a specific body scan where we not just scan the body, but we go through the different elements of the body. Because again, the body rejoices. Oh, the elements rejoice, which carry us. Yeah. Oh, he, Theodore, is interested in us. And we observe activity, the change between activity and rest. And again, observing it can do a lot. We keep us busy with that when we have so many ideas, highly sensitive people, you make a pause, and in each pause and break you do, I'm so exhausted, I need a break, and you take a break, and you get already new ideas of what you can do. Yeah, sure, I can do this, I can do that. What lives in it that I can make something out of this, yeah? And the emotionality and the capacity of compassion, which high sensitive persons carry in them, the high feeling for responsibility, yeah? And also this question of wonder, what is behind the surface? The main question when you are high sensitive, perhaps, when you become aware of your high sensitivity. Yeah. So, but that's already the 8-week program. It's not more. It's a playful walk through these different layers within this system I've just shown you.